This is Dr. Archana Chaturvedi from the Department of Information Technology. The subject I am taking is Artificial Intelligence, and in this we are learning about the topic learning, which is a part of Unit 4. And in this today we will talk about various types of learning, that is supervised learning, unsupervised learning and semi-supervised learning. So if talk about supervised learning, actually this is a model which uses external feedback to learn function that maps input to outputs observation. And in these models, the external environment acts as a teacher. There is a supervisor. As the name itself suggests, in supervised learning, there is a supervisor which keep on supervising that what the new input is coming, and on the basis of already existing training data set or labeled set which is in the form of input and output, going to predict using the algorithm on the basis of which our model is being designed to do the prediction. So supervised learning is a type of machine learning method in which we provide sample label data to the machine learning system in order to train, in order to learn that system. And on the basis of that training data set only, it is going to predict the output for new input. So the system creates a model using this labeled data set, which is known as training data set also, and learn about each data. Once the training and processing are done, then we test the model by providing a sample data to check whether it is predicting the right output or not. In case it is producing the right output, as we have mentioned in the training data set also, and if the result or outcome is right, it means the provided data set or training data set is very accurate. So the goal of supervised learning is to map input data with the output data. And the supervised learning is based on supervision. It is the same as when a student learns things in a supervision of teacher. And the most important example of supervised learning is spam filtering, wherein they filter out the spam mails and put it in a spam box. So this is a diagram wherein you can easily determine an environment. There is a teacher, so describing the state of an environment. It's a learning system. So the teacher is over here. It's a learning system. Looking for desired output, and this is the actual response. If it matches, it means that the prediction is correct. Otherwise, there is an error in the learning system. So we can say that supervised learning is where you have input variable x and output variable y in such a way that the function is being mapped from input to output in the form of y is equals to fx. So x is the input provided to function f and we are receiving y. So the goal is to approximate the mapping function so well that when you have a new input data x, then you can predict that what will be the output y for that particular data. And it is called supervised learning because the process of an algorithm learning from the training data set can be thought of as a teacher supervising the learning process. We know the correct answer. The algorithm iteratively makes predictions on the training data and is corrected by the teacher. And the learning stops when the algorithm achieves the best acceptable level of performance. Supervised learning problem can be further grouped into regression and classification problem, wherein classification problem is when the output variable is of some category like red or blue or disease or no disease. We have categorized whether it is on this part of site or on the other part of site. Which category the output variable is belongs to, and on the basis of which we will be predicting the output. Whereas a regression problem is when the output variable is a real value, such as dollar or weight, fixed value, right? So some common type of problem built on top of classification and regression includes recommendation and time series predictions also. We say that to use a supervised learning, we need training data, we need both input and output. We use classification or name-based algorithm as a training data set. Using some learning algorithm, we have built a model. Whenever any new input will come to this, it will be going to give the output matching from the given training data set and using this model. So the estimation we have done on the basis of clarity and knowledge we have beforehand might be correct for new input after applying various learning algorithms. So Here you can see that as I said, it happens in the front of supervisor. There is a teacher who keep on supervising, and already is output is already known. So number of inputs are being given to the system, and the main job is to predict the output for the new input provided to the model, which is being built on the basis of training data set. And as I said, it includes regression and classification problem to predict the things. So that this various learning algorithm which we uses are linear regression for regression problem, random forest method or algorithm for classification and regression problem, SVM support vector machines for classification problem, K nearest neighbor algorithm, artificial neural network problem algorithms or decision trees. And using this, if we are being asked that if you give input 0 0, what will be the output, so it will be using the classification algorithm and classify that if both the inputs are 0, then what will be the output. One example of supervised learning is exit poll predictions. You have seen that when this exit, when there is a time of polling, we see that the people or different news channels are started predicting the exit polls, and for that, what they do, basically what they do, they collect data of different types of different age people. They ask their views, that what is their views, which party will be going to win, who will be the winner, and how much, whether you'll be giving vote or not, or you're liking uh, the facilities they are providing, and on the basis of which they give so many number of inputs, and with respect to each and every input they provide the output, which is said to be training data set. And using this learning algorithm, they design a model. Now at the time when the polling gets started, they start matching that whatever the input is coming, if that input gets matches with their training data set, they say that okay fine, this is what we have already said, that the winning candidate will be this, losing candidate will be this, or winning party will be this one, or losing party will be this one, or this candidate will be winning by this many votes, or this candidate is much more above than other candidates. So these all predictions can be done. So this is one of the example of supervised learning. When we talk about unsupervised learning, in unsupervised learning or self-organized learning, there is no external teacher to oversee the process. In other words, there is no specific sample of the function or input provided to the learning system. Rather, provision is made for a task independent measure of the quality of representation that the network is required to learn, and the free parameters of the network are optimized with respect to that measure. Once the network has become tuned to the statistical regularities of the input data, it starts developing the ability to form internal representation for encoding features of the input, and thereby creates new classes automatically. So what we said is the environment, describing the states of the environment is the learning system. No previous training data is being given. Whatever the input is coming, on the basis of this, it will be learning from the environment, producing the output on using different algorithms. So we say that unsupervised model focuses on learning a pattern in which input data without any external feedback will be given. Unsupervised learning is a learning method in which a machine learns without any supervision. The training is provided to the machine with the set of data that has not been labeled or classified or categorized, and the algorithm need to act on that data without any supervision. The goal of unsupervised learning is to restructure the input data into new features of a group of objects with similar patterns. And in unsupervised learning, we don't have a predetermined result. The machine tries to find useful insight from the huge amount of data. In unsupervised learning is where you can have input data X and no corresponding output variables. And the goal for unsupervised learning is to model the underlying structure or distribution in the data in order to learn more about the data itself. These are called unsupervised learning because unlike supervised learning, above there is no correct answer or there is no teacher. Algorithms are left to their own devices to discover and present the interesting structure of in the data. So unsupervised learning problems can be further grouped into clustering and association problems. Clustering problem is where you want to discover the inherent grouping in the data, such as grouping customers by purchasing behavior, that which kind of purchasing customer do, when customer do purchasing, what are the items customer like to purchase, which are the items the customer can purchase with one item. On the basis of its behavior, keep on grouping up and later on recommending the customers. Similarly, association rule learning problem is where we want to discover rules that describe large portion of the data, such as people that buy X also tend to buy another thing. So if a candidate will be purchasing mobile, then definitely go for mobile cover also. So that is association. So some popular examples of unsupervised learning are K-mean for clustering problem or a Priori algorithm for association rule for learning problems. We say that it uses clustering, in which clustering or unsupervised learning, the target features are not given in the training example. The aim is to construct a natural classification that can be used to cluster the data on the basis of its properties or characteristics. And the general idea behind clustering is to partition the example into different clusters or classes. Each class predicts feature values for the example in the class, and each clustering has a prediction error on the predictions. So the best clustering is the one that minimizes the error. For example, an intelligent tutoring system may want to cluster students' learning behavior so that strategies that work for one member of a class may work for the other similar kind of member also. So we say that unsupervised learning, where there is no access of teacher or supervisor, instead the machine learn from the scratch for order or structure in the environment, and there is no desired output in this case that is provided. Therefore, categorization is done on so that the algorithm differentiate correctly between the face of a horse, or you can say cat or human, using clustering techniques. So similar properties holded objects will be clustered in a similar kind of group or subunits. So that is, we say that it happens without the help of supervisor and is an independent learning process. No output mapping is with the input. No labeled data sets are provided used to find or detect hidden patterns. These are very commonly used techniques, where examples are clustering and a priori algorithm, k-mean clustering. And the best example is from the PK movie, where the PK is not having any knowledge about human being, and on the basis of observation using his own sensor eyes, he analyzed using the clustering technique that who all are followed in the men category, who all are followed in the women category, who all are followed in the kid category, etc. So uses k-mean algorithm to group up same featured candidate. Unsupervised learning, if we talk about, there is no clarity or knowledge about the domain we are experimenting, and subject is new to you. So you observe the input and then apply a learning algorithm like clustering, grouping on similar kind of items to get the output. And if we differentiate between supervised and unsupervised learning, so the output is known for every input in case of supervised, whereas output is unknown for every input in case of unsupervised learning. Labeled data set is used for learning in case of supervised. Here we have to find out the hidden pattern using association among data items. In case of supervised learning, it is predictive in nature, whereas unsupervised learning is descriptive in nature. When we talk about the algorithm, classification and regressions are the main process which we perform in supervised learning, whereas clustering and association based algorithm we use in case of unsupervised learning. Few popular algorithms are linear regression, naive Bayes, SVM and KNN in case of supervised learning, whereas in case of unsupervised learning, K-mean and a priori are the algorithm. Supervised learning are more accurate Unsupervised learnings are less accurate. And then we come to semi-supervised learning. So here the problems where you have large amount of input data and only some of the data is labeled are known as semi-supervised learning. These problems sit in between both supervised as well as unsupervised because the entire training data set is not given and it is not absent also. Some of the data sets are labeled, not the complete. So that's it followed between two and known as semi-supervised learning. A good example is a photo archive where only some of the images are labeled like dog, cat, person and majority are unlabeled. Many real-world machine learning problems fall into this category only because it can be expensive or time-consuming to label data as it may require access to domain experts, whereas unlabeled data is cheap and easy to collect and store. You can use unsupervised learning technique to discover and learn the structure into input variable. You can also use supervised learning techniques to make best guesses or predictions on the unlabeled data. Feeds that data back to the supervised learning algorithm as training data and use the model to make more predictions on new unseen data or input. So the difference if we give in one sentence, then supervised all data is labeled and the algorithm learns to predict the output from the input data. Unsupervised all data is unlabeled and the algorithm learn to inherent structure from the input data. Semi-supervised, some data is labeled but most of it are unlabeled and a mixture of supervised and unsupervised techniques can be used. So this is all about different types of learning techniques. Thank you. Have a nice day.